In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on March 13, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Toronto Raptors versus Detroit Pistons. On Wednesday night, the Toronto Raptors are poised to break free from their recent 3-game road slump as they square off against the Detroit Pistons. The Raptors enter this matchup fresh from a 125-119 defeat against Denver, where they fought as 17-point underdogs. Meanwhile, the Pistons arrive following a convincing 114-97 victory over Charlotte, entering the game as 5-point favorites. Over their past 10 encounters, the teams have evenly split victories. In recent games, the Pistons have showcased a resurgence, securing triumphs in 2 of their last 3 outings. Their offensive prowess has been notable, averaging over 118 points per game in this span. Additionally, they've excelled at capitalizing on free throws, boasting a stellar 90% success rate. With an impressive rebounding performance, averaging more than 14 offensive rebounds per game, the Pistons anticipate numerous second-chance opportunities against the Raptors. Conversely, the Raptors have struggled defensively, conceding over 122 points per game on the road, suggesting a challenging task in containing the Pistons' offensive onslaught. Conversely, the Raptors find themselves in a slump, having dropped 4 consecutive games, including 3 successive road defeats. Despite displaying offensive proficiency, scoring above 116 points per game in their last 3 matchups, the Raptors lag behind the Pistons in rebounding prowess. Furthermore, their vulnerability on the road, coupled with turnovers, may provide the Pistons with ample scoring opportunities, given their knack for generating steals. While the Pistons have also faced defensive struggles, recent improvements suggest they could effectively stifle the Raptors' offense. Although not a headline fixture, Wednesday's game presents intriguing prospects from a betting perspective. Toronto faces significant injury concerns, with Gary Trent Jr., Emmanuel Quickley, Scotty Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl all listed on the injury report. This injury burden has contributed to the Raptors' recent downturn, with defeats piling up, exacerbating defensive deficiencies over a 7-game span. The betting line has shifted favorably towards the Detroit Pistons due to Toronto's injury-plagued roster. The Raptors appear to be adopting a tanking strategy, evident in their mounting losses and injury setbacks. In contrast, the Pistons have shown competitiveness, securing victories in 2 of their last 3 games. With the advantage of home court and relative health, the Pistons are poised to capitalize on the Raptors' vulnerabilities. So the Detroit Pistons to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Adding to Toronto's woes is their alarming defensive performance of late, conceding an average of 125 points per game during their recent 1-6 stretch. Ranked 23rd in defensive efficiency, they face a formidable challenge against a resurgent Pistons defense. Detroit, ranked 29th defensively, has shown improvement, allowing 117 points per 100 possessions. Both teams exhibit an up-tempo style, ranking in the top half of the league in pace, utilizing over 100 possessions per game. The Raptors, averaging 114 points overall and 117 on the road, anticipate capitalizing on the Pistons' porous defense, having scored an average of 129 points in their last 3 encounters. Similarly, the Pistons, averaging 112 points overall and at home, aim to exploit the Raptors' defensive vulnerabilities, particularly given their conceding of 122 points per game on the road. Expect a high-scoring affair, with both teams likely to surpass the projected total, given their offensive reliance amidst defensive frailties. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Brooklyn Nets versus Orlando Magic. This week marks the culmination of the Brooklyn Nets and the Orlando Magic season-long series as they meet on the court for the 4th and final time. In their prior encounters, the home team emerged victorious in each instance, with the Orlando Magic securing a commanding 108-81 win on February 27th. As fate would have it, the Magic will once again have home court advantage for Wednesday's matchup at the Kia Center. Amidst this backdrop, the question looms, can the Nets defy expectations and seize a victory on Magic territory this time around? With a well-deserved break behind them, the Magic are poised to resume their campaign with renewed vigor this Wednesday. Their prowess in penetrating the paint promises to yield ample opportunities at the free throw line, a strategy that bore fruit in their previous encounter against the Nets. This proficiency translated into high percentage shots, with Orlando boasting a commendable 52.7% field goal percentage during their last victory. Furthermore, doubts surrounding Orlando's defensive prowess remain scant, whether they play at home or away. The Nets' offensive approach seldom poses a significant challenge to opposing defenses, leaving Orlando's defensively adept roster largely untroubled. In aspects such as rebounding and turnovers, the scales are tipped slightly in favor of the Magic, particularly when playing in front of their home crowd. In Sunday's match against the Pacers, Paolo Banchero showcased his resilience, contributing 19 points alongside 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals in a marathon 38-minute performance. Despite encountering shooting difficulties, Banchero's overall contribution remained commendable, particularly amidst the absence of key players such as Jalen Suggs and Markelle Fultz. Remarkably, Banchero stands as one of the few unscathed players on the roster, having participated in and started 62 games this season. His pivotal role has been instrumental in the team's achievements thus far, with the forward exhibiting marked improvement across nearly every statistical metric since his promising debut season. The Brooklyn Nets' sporadic displays of effort have often left them vulnerable, as evidenced by their recent defeat at the hands of the Magic, where they succumbed to a resounding 108-81 loss. Despite suffering consecutive setbacks, the Orlando Magic maintains a commendable 42-23 against the spread record for the season, solidifying their status as the NBA's preeminent covering team with an impressive cover percentage of 64.6%. While recent stumbles may have sown doubts, the Magic's reputation as reliable contenders persists, with their dominance highlighted by their comprehensive victory over Brooklyn just a fortnight prior. Although a repeat of the 27-point deficit seems improbable, the Magic's formidable size advantage over the Nets' smaller lineup suggests a victory, likely by a double-digit margin. Thus, the Orlando Magic to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick, as the Nets and Magic prepare to square off in this pivotal Eastern Conference showdown. Both teams find themselves languishing near the league's lower echelons in terms of pace, with Brooklyn trailing 3.5 games behind the 10th and final play-in position. Each win assumes heightened significance at this stage of the season. Notably, Bridges delivered a commendable performance against Cleveland, tallying at least 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists for the 6th time this season. His consistent offensive output has been a rare bright spot for the Nets amidst a challenging campaign. Meanwhile, the absence of Cam Johnson further compounds the Nets' offensive woes, particularly against the Magic, renowned for their defensive prowess. Heading into this contest, Orlando boasts the 5th best defensive rating in the league. Given the Magic's inability to breach the 110-point mark against the Nets thus far, expectations for a high-scoring affair remain tempered. Orlando's formidable home court advantage positions them favorably to stifle Brooklyn's offense, replicating their success in holding them to a mere 81 points in late February. Both teams languish in the bottom quartile in terms of pace, suggesting a game characterized by a dearth of possessions. While Brooklyn theoretically boasts a superior offense, their middling 19th rank in offensive rating, coupled with a lackluster 24th position in points per game, casts doubt on their ability to ignite scoring opportunities. Consequently, a low-scoring affair appears imminent, even relative to the modest total projected for the game. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Bulls vs. Indiana Pacers. Scheduled for Wednesday night, the Chicago Bulls embark on a journey to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, where they are set to face off against the Indiana Pacers in an away game. The Bulls encountered a devastating defeat at the hands of the Dallas Mavericks in their recent outing. Conversely, the Pacers clinched a victory against the Orlando Magic last Sunday. In Sunday's matchup, Halliburton and the Pacers seized command of the game during the third quarter, showcasing their dominance by outscoring the Orlando team with an impressive 39-21 margin. However, despite their recent successes, the All-Star point guard suffered a setback with a loss to Minnesota on Thursday, breaking a streak of 6 consecutive games where he scored 19 points or fewer. Nonetheless, Halliburton has recently demonstrated a resurgence, tallying 20 points or more in 2 consecutive games, thereby initiating a turnaround following a sluggish start post the All-Star break. Additionally, the Pacers witnessed commendable contributions from their backup player T.J. McConnell, who delivered a stellar performance, accumulating 17 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 1 blocked shot within 27 minutes of play. Although the Indiana Pacers find themselves on the tail end of a back-to-back schedule, their recent triumph on the road against the Thunder is anticipated to inject a significant boost to their morale and confidence. On the other hand, the Chicago Bulls have endured inconsistencies throughout the season, particularly evident in their lackluster offensive displays in their past 2 matchups. Furthermore, their away record stands at 15-18 this season, coupled with a recent unfavorable trend of losing 4 out of their last 5 encounters against the Pacers. However, buoyed by 3 recent victories on the road against formidable playoff contenders, the Pacers seem poised to intensify their pursuit for a favorable playoff seeding, potentially closing in on the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference standings by outperforming the Bulls. So the Indiana Pacers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Considering the contrasting styles of play adopted by the Bulls and Pacers, their impending clash on Wednesday night promises an intriguing spectacle. While the Bulls prefer a slower pace, ranking near the bottom of the league, the Pacers exhibit a contrasting approach, boasting the second highest pace in the league, thus setting the stage for a clash of styles. Despite the Bulls' dismal performance in their recent home fixture against the Dallas Mavericks, characterized by conceding 44 first-quarter points, expectations loom high for an improved defensive showcase orchestrated by Billy Donovan and his squad. Conversely, the Pacers have struggled defensively, occupying the 25th spot in defensive rating, yet the Bulls' relatively modest offensive output may not exploit this vulnerability to the fullest. As a result, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.